Hello, I'm Pam Sutherland from True Star Talent, and I am here with the amazingly talented Derek Smith. Hello, Derek.
Hello, Pam.
Well, this is all about you. So tell me a little bit about your industry experience.
Well, I started off with Scottish Amicable, and I worked with Scottish Amicable for about 4 years. And then I went got involved with some direct sales. Um, Worked with a company called Scottish Legal Life Assurance Society, and moved on to General Accident. I was with General Accident for 19 years, and that was in the form of an IFA inspector, which was account manager now. And from there, I became a area sales manager, then a regional sales manager, uh, working on IFA sales and direct sales, and then working with the bank assurance side of it, working with accounts, Leeds and Holbeck, Chelsea Building Society, and some of the big societies. 2002, I moved from there and set up my own company, and that was in recruitment and acquisition. And I've been in that environment since then, now working for the amazing True Star Talent and thoroughly enjoying it.
That's good to hear. So tell
Yeah.
me, why did you choose to move into recruitment?
Well, as a regional manager, I used to observe area managers carrying out interviews, and you know there were some really good people that were coming through. Some of them were successful in getting through the process, and others weren't. And uh, we recruited a lot of people. It was quite a sizable sales force we had, and we had an attrition rate of about 18%. We brought that down, but it was very difficult to manage attrition. And then I thought, I'd come to the sort of end of my life with in financial services. I'd been doing it long enough, and I needed a new challenge. And I always had this itch to scratch of being self-employed and running my own organization. And, I got some terrific training from Aviva, when I was working with Aviva, part of the jobs I was doing was in acquisition, pre-polarization. So it was bringing companies over, and that was quite exciting as well. So I thought, well, I could do that for myself. So that's what I aim to do. So I opened up an office in Stevenage, had about 15 staff working for me, some part-time, some full-time. And, we got some big clients, and, we enjoyed doing that.
So with recruitment in particular and acquisition then, what is it about it that you love?
Well, when I had the offices in Stevenage and I had the staff working for me, uh, I did enjoy that to a certain extent, but the point that I really enjoyed is when I'm working face to face with a company, with the directors, and talking to them about where they want to be and how they're going to get there, and putting in some strategic plans for them to discuss, or talking to somebody who is at the starting point of the career and they want to develop, and giving them guidance and taking them from one company, and they work with that company till they get to the top of where they want to be, and they can't go any further with that company, then they move, and they always come back to me, and we take their career through a process that I've been doing this since 2002, and I've got some clients that come back to me, and they've been working with me for that sort of length of time, and to see where they were then and to where they are now, I get a lot of satisfaction in that.
And with regard to your own personal values, then, what do you really care about in terms of values?
Well, that's a good one. In terms of values,
Yeah.
right. Well, it's doing the right thing, isn't it? It's to make sure that, you know, the candidate's happy and they've got something, and the client is going to get some really good value from that as well. So that, you know, everybody's smiling and it's a win-win situation. Other personal values, I think a lot of it's the usual. It's being able to deliver something you say you're going to deliver. And that can be quite tough sometimes. So you've got to be careful what you promise if you have the value of delivering it.
And yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move on now and ask you something about outside of work. Can you tell me something that people might be surprised to know about you?
Oh, I don't know. I try and keep myself relatively fit. So in the summer, before I start work, I usually go out on my bicycle, and I cycle about 20 miles 4 or 5 times a week. And then once a month, I do a bigger cycle. There's a group of us that go out. Once a month, we might do 50 miles or so. But when I go out every morning, I prefer just going out and mowing, put my headphones in, go out 6 o'clock in the morning. It's a bit harder in the winter. I've been going out recently, and you're either too hot or too cold, and there's rain, sleet, snow sometimes, and that's hard work. So that's I do that. Do I enjoy it? I probably don't enjoy the training too much, but I enjoy what the training gives me. It's like, you know, if I want to go out in power boats, I do that, and I'm fit enough to jump on and off boats, and you know, and I get that fitness from the cycling.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Derek?
Well, I think that one of the things that really motivates me, it's the key motivator that the reason I carry out recruitment and business acquisition, the side of the business, is that when I get people coming to me that I've done work with maybe 5, 10 years ago, and they tell me how well they're doing, or when I get somebody who's retired after going through an acquisition, and you know, sometimes it's a bit painful going through the part of selling your business and retiring and not sure what you're going to be doing. And once you've spoken to somebody who's gone through that whole process, whether it's moving into a new job or selling the business and retiring, and they come back to you and say, you know, thank you very much. You handled that really well for me, and you took me through it right from the very start to the end. That's what motivates me when I get it's the accolade of people coming to you and saying thanks, recognition, and that's what it does for me.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Okay.